Hello everyone and welcome back. I'm not going to keep you too long in the intro, but today we're going to be playing some Boros aggro, which is pretty much what this came down to. More of a token producer aggressive fight deck with first strike. Chaplain of Arms has been kind of a slept on card in my opinion. It's got first strike and ward 1 and it goes really well with Coppercoat Vanguard as kind of some of the thing, and also Thalia. This is like a first strike unremovable combat board state along with some indestructible, some like good solid cards. Brutal Cathar, everybody knows and hates that card equally. Add a line and squee to make tokens to go incredibly wide in this game. So we're going to keep this intro a little bit short. We kind of were just an aggro deck. The meta right now is pretty rough with this, as Rakdos and those are no longer to be found as at least as high, so we know there's way less cut downs and cut downs and go for the throats out there, along with the other spot removal. So all the aggro decks have come out to play. I was trying to record some other stuff, but just kept getting crushed by mono red soldiers and stuff, so I kind of swapped over to this for now until maybe the meta kind of simmers down a little bit and aggro is not as prevalent as it is right now. Other than that, we're just going to get into the games, a longer description of the deck in the outro. I get to go first. Why do I keep having intelligence in my hand? I'm gonna bend that because I can't have that hand. That's just a dead card. All these cards kind of suck. Like kind of fine. I don't know what to put on bottom. Chaplain maybe. So we'll have a first striker in Thalia. Yes, I would like to take the damage. Thank you. What are you playing? Waiting. Ramp. No surprise here. Actually, if that's the case, I should play a Thalia. Yes, please. Take the damage. Pass. I could have attacked them, but we want to wait one turn to just double check that they are. Yeah. They are indeed. Play Coppercoat. We'll take a damage. We will attack with Thalia. We'll protect from leyline bindings for now on. It'd been really nice to hit like planes to play this saddle line, but you know, can't get everything we asked for. I think that counts. Not sure what the holdup is. Be a lot of things, I suppose. Double attack here, make a token. We're gonna get there before Sunfall. A viable card for them to play. But this is probably just a herd migration. Gain 3 life, go to 13, untap, play Invasion, maybe. Maybe try to leyline binding something. We also have the neat play that this is a legendary, this is a legendary, and so isn't this. So this Sokazon cycles for 1, or channels for 1. The basic mountain. They play the forest, or they got a forest? It looked like a mountain in hand. Leyline binding. Big dog, what are you targeting? Nothing? Okay. I'm glad we played the game. I've been in that person's shoes far too often today. You're not playing elves. You should be sentenced. Pass, pass. Come down, pass, and I'll pass. I'll keep, of course. If that wasn't obvious. We'll play a Vanguard, force them to remove this now with a cut down, and then when I play an Adeline, it'll get hit with a go for the throat. But I won't play it first. I will play the squee, the one who attacks aggressively. Flying Toxic 1. You're one interesting fella. We'll play squee. I still am following up with that plan. They need to get toxic. They need to get poisoned through, so they might just let this happen. Yeah. How else are their bring to the ends going to be good? Or their draw spells? Opponent. Alright. Play Scrove. Play Adeline. Alright. Don't board wipe me. Take a poison counter. I'll take all the ones you got for me. Attacking? Turn. I have 2 protection spells for Adeline. My land in the Skrell. Okay. I'm gonna go first. My hand, like common hands in this deck, have been really, really bad. There's been a lot of bad openers with this hand. This deck, like having multiple Tallies in my opener. I don't know if that's the best of one special. No. As it portrays. We'll play a Thalia. Can't be go for the throated right now, but it will be as of now. Play this Adeline. They have to kind of decide what they want to go for the throat. Adeline, a much more desirable target, but they choose to make me sack my Thalia. Adeline can be cut down, which is kind of weird to look at. I get to combat. Their Shielder's Edict me again. Sure. The Thalia on the stack. Don't let them play cut down now. And then we'll move on. The Skrell. They're missing lands. I haven't hit a land. They're going to make me sack a creature. So I'm going to sack this and shut off their turn. I drew another Thalia. No worries. Attack. Make a token. Pretty much all we really needed is one turn to kind of get through their removal. They've been missing lands. But apparently, yeah, bro's hit in. You ready for the funniest part of all this? Is I'm going to play the 3rd copy of Thalia, and now I'm going to play Chaplain of Arms. And I'm going to attack and hit them for 4, 5. Just when they thought they were safe, I played another copy of Thalia. I'll sacrifice the one that I can replay. Grow all my creatures. Attack you again. Got him! See what happens when you play a control deck in this current meta? It doesn't go well. I go first, so that's sweet. I'll keep Plaza. Arms. Weird Companion. It's either mono white super late game. It's probably mono white super late game. Either way, do I play Squee or do I play Adeline? No, I play Adeline first because Squee has haste. It's always like the thing I always forget. Is like you want to play Adeline first because the fact that Squee has haste. Like, have you thought about maybe removing my creature? Restoration of Inganjo. And then Ossification. That's a good one. What's that taking? Adeline? That makes sense. What about the second one? Same scenario applies. Play Adeline. Play Squee after here. Although we've missed out on a little bit of damage though. And our opponent says, I'm going to play a card that's just too slow and I'm going to die on my turn. My opponent's first and I have yet another hand. At least the opener that just looks really, really bad. I'm pretty sure I'm playing a Tallies just to throw them on the bottom of my library. I've not played one yet. I get the upside. I am literally just playing like token slammers. I don't even know what I'm doing. We almost made a mistake there. We needed to play the Sundown Pass so we were able to actually play the Coppercoat Vanguard. It is not a legendary, so this doesn't help it. Ooh. Ramp maybe Nissa ramp. We'll find out very soon. They gain 3 life. That 3 life, ever so crucial. They have bindings, of course. However, it's like weird to binding because you want a binding what it's protecting, but also you need to get it out of the way. Island. Sweet. Let's play a mountain here. Let's play an Adeline. Let's attack for 2. Now have a 4/4 that we won't be blocking this for, probably. We could, I suppose. Invasion, the typical startup after we play the Stomper. We get traded anyway when I attack with it, so like why not trade it there? I sometimes have that little problem with myself. Although I'm pretty sure I've lost this game already. No attacks, just play an Atraxa. I've lost. I'm pretty sure I can't figure this out. They can attack if I block, they untap 3 lands, and then they get to basically play other things out. Then I just like don't get to do anything anyway. Too slow of a hand. I go first. Oh, this hand's fine. If I draw a Thalia in between here, this hand's really great. Thalia land. Don't you dare. I thought they just tried to remove it. Oh man, I would have laughed so hard. That would have been so funny if they just like tried to remove it and said, I don't care about the ward. It'd have been a really good day for me. I'm really upset that it didn't happen though. I'm gonna play an Adeline. Oh, attacks? I could have, but this one too just gets to eat it for free. Trust me. I understand that we think in this spot Thalia might be good. It's not. That's good though. That's a good one. That one's real good. You found another Skrell. Opponents are going first. Can I go first if I have a hand this bad? Hand curves out, we just need lanes. One more, and then only threats, you know? Dig up, go get your basic. Look at you. This is actually kind of cool. They're playing dig up. Sucks that you had to use rare wild cards for them, but you know, I hope they're doing well for you. Ooh, I almost made that mistake. Oh yeah. All right, go. My turn. Still haven't played the forest that you went and fetched. The forest must be very mad at you. You must be very mad at it. And play the big enchantment. Yep. 2 mana. Go get another basic. You finally played the forest to go get another basic. Oh man, we did hit the land. That's kind of wild. 2. walking into a board wipe, but you know, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Or you're walking into a Glissa. Glissa is good. Not stopping that anytime soon, big dog. Next. Attack. Hey, look, I can almost catch you. I cannot, by the way. Play a Guardian. Next. Here. Turn. I'm not sure if this is 4 life and a 4/4, 5 life and a 4/4. You could target me to gain a life. I'd appreciate it. I really would. For 14. I have 9 and 11. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Not win the game. Humans, be humans. Be them. Next. What? These can all go in. At this point, Thalia can swing as well. Actually, Thalia is probably the one I'm enlisting. Now, I'm enlisting this. Are that on backswing? I don't think so. I'd like to scry too. Not necessarily that good. But also not that bad. Like, it comes in, it's a 13/4. Wands is probably better. Adeline's good. We'll keep Adeline on top. I don't know. Wow. That's your blocks? Or this. Should have ate a token, I think. Because now if my Brutal Cathar dies, they get that back. Okay, instantly new. Takanuma cycle, unplayable, unplayable, playable, but they lose. We're gonna do a little bit of post-game wrap-up. And I'm going to be honest. This card and this card did not exist in the deck. Never was relevant. Barely. This card, last game was fine. Meh, at best. What? How many lands were we on? We're on 24 lands. A little high, but like, you have Nganju, you have Sogazan, you have like these that you're kind of sacking, and you want to get to these, so you kind of need like. Want to get to these, so you kind of need to be a little bit higher on the lands. Other than that, you could just cut these and go down to like 22 lands and just play humans, or like be token deck person, but just like play soldiers or something. I don't know. The deck if it just had like, this card's also super sweet and has been holding people back all day because this making it a 2/2 is really good. This card I think might be a little underrated considering it has Ward 1 and First Strike. So maybe like do a little bit of this and just cut these. I don't care where they go, just cut them. All jokes aside, the deck performed pretty fine. The meta right now is probably not in the healthiest place. Everybody's just aggro. It's aggro everywhere. Mono red is like at an all-time high, and it generally happens when people are trying to figure out what decks they want to play. So like red turns its ugly face and says, "Hey, I'm here." Other than that, it's been fine. Ramp is also another one that is skyrocketed in popularity. Everybody's bringing out Atraxes or Atalis and stuff like that. So I personally, as of right now, from playing today, the bans have actually been kind of bad. Like that, it feels weird to say, but it feels like they didn't do enough, or they did too much. Kind of like the meta was actually, at least from what I've played in the new season so far, it was a lot more diverse before. Like there were different decks that you could play, and right now it's just like if you're not playing aggro, it feels like I'm just getting slammed all day. But other than that, I know some of these games weren't very long. It's kind of go to the point of the deck, so it's a little bit hard to play any drag out game because they don't happen very often. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed the games, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll catch you around in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.